hands look old. They have old looking hands. Okay, so I said I would do this or give it a try, and I'm going to. Now mind you, I'm just using scrap clay. So these two pieces that I tried out worked pretty good for the knot. This one here, as you can see, I just folded it in half. It's probably stuck to each other now. Yep, it is. Excuse me, because I kind of did that right. But I just folded it in half. So I just want to show you these two that I did do. And just playing around. I will show you now how I did them. And they're not finished, I just left them like that so you'd get an idea as to what they look like. All right, here we go. So I rolled out a snake. Now, mind you, you can use an extruder. One of these things. I'm not good with extruders. I don't know. I'm not sure if I'm just not conditioning my clay enough, because I did have the one less expensive to this. And mind you, that hole's not, these holes I wouldn't recommend because they're kind of small, but I mean, you can give it a whirl. I think you need this to be a good thickness. Now these ones here are probably a bit thicker than what I need it to, but I thought, you know, just practicing, this probably would be okay. Well, well, well. And of course just goes on here, but the thing is with it, using an extruder, is that the clay has to be soft. So if I were to use an extruder to attempt this, I would let the clay set afterwards. I would just lay it out, leave it sitting there for, I don't know, half hour or so, put it in the fridge for it to cool off. But since I'm not using an extruder, I'm just going to demonstrate by just rolling out these snakes by hand. So here we go. Just going to roll it out, gather my blade, something on my blade. I've got sparkly stuff here everywhere, glitter I should say. It's crazy glitter. So another thing that I came to the conclusion of too, which makes this easier, if your clay is kind of sticky or soft or whatever, because you need to make your knot, you want to make your knot, you know, quite snug like this. This one I didn't use anything other than my clay, but I just started using my clay with this one. This was the first one I did. But when I went to go to do this one, of course, you know, my clay is a little bit softer. I made it the knot a little bit smaller. I hope you can see this okay, because I really don't. And it was breaking on me. I thought, that's odd. And mind you, it's not as thick either. I'm just going to cut this. You know, this works good. And it's not expensive. Cornstarch is this. You can use baby powder. Cornstarch, baby powder, I guess those are the two. And just rub your finger over it. It makes it easier to slide through your knot. I'm just going to do it to show you. See, like now you can rub your finger through that and it goes through quite nicely. You can tell the difference between the two clays. I'm just gonna chop that one off. Okay, I have a veneer right here by my arm and I keep hitting it and I have to move it. This is just, you know, me playing around when I have nothing else better to do. I start doing things, but you can see where I've been sticking it in my arm. I just gotta get that out of the way. I'm always fidgeting with something. All right, so let's do the double one. I think I left myself enough. So, and sorry about my camera moving or my phone or whatever you want to call this thing that's videotaping for me. Fold it in half. I like the double one myself. Fold it in half. And then I'm going to hold it this way. Then you're just making a knot. Over and under and through the hole. And now that I have some cornstarch on it, See, you can pull it a little bit. But when you're pulling this, you want to pull these parts, not the end, like you're tying a shoelace, because that's where your clay is going to stretch, and that's where your clay is going to break. So there it is. And for me to finish this off, excuse me, I would just flip these in the back like this, and I'm just going to hold it like this. So it looks like this. Kind of cute, right? And then I'm going to lay it down here and just snip the back off, like so. So now your back looks like, I hope you can see this because I'm not sure if I can even see it. But you're talking to a half-blind lady here. So now, you know, it's fairly smooth on the back. So when you set it this way, there's your knot. Now, let's do it again. Oh, I have some right here. Of course, this is sticky. I'm going to set that over there because I will bake. I should have just used some nice clay, really. But I'll bake these. I can always paint them or something. Or whatever. Excuse me. So I'm going to roll this one out. We'll do it again. You can take this to all kinds of levels. Make double knots, do whatever you want. But anyway, I'm going to cut that. Fold it in half, and this stuff here doesn't have cornstarch on it. Let's fold this in half. And again, I'll hold it this way with that round part on this end. Doesn't matter. Do whatever you want. Over. Under. Now you want to make sure this part here stays straight. I am going to use a little cornstarch because it's sticking to it. I used a lot of cornstarch. Whoops. Let's do this again. All right. Slipping up my fingers. Over and under. You want this to be straight. You don't want your lines to get all mixed up on you. And now I'm just kind of gently tightening up my knots here some. And I'm pulling the knot, not the end. Pulling this part here. So now we have this. And again, I'm going to fold them back. And I'm going to chop them off. Those pieces are gone. Well, now we have two. Whoops. Put it down here. This one down here. This one looks a little different because I have more cornstarch on it than the other one, so it looks lighter. But I'm probably going to end up painting these anyway. For the back, I'm going to use some good clay. So if I'm going to do this, I like to have some nice clay. And, what should I use? I have some of this crimson here. I also have some turquoise. I'll use this. And I don't need all this. I'm going to cut it in half. And again, this is just, you know, a practice video kind of thing to show you. Well, to show someone. I will tag you in this. Or actually, I'll just pin it right on that post. Or maybe I'll just put it on the site. I got air in that. So we have to squeeze our air out. We don't want any air in there. And this is Primo. There's the paper wrap for this one. I don't have it for the other one. It's a Sculpey Primo, which is my main to-go clay. I have Sculpey. I do use Cernit, but it depends on what I'm making. It depends on what I'm doing. Now, honestly, if I were to do this with it, well, if I were to, you know, I think like a Kato would be a nice clay. It's a firmer clay. I haven't tried it with the Kato. I was going to, and I thought, no, I'm going to do it with my Primo, since it's my to-go clay, and most people have this clay. So anyway, I'm going to roll this out. I'll do a couple, or I'll do one with a single knot and I'll do one with a double knot. This one here. Oh, I've got all these little things over here because I'm preparing for other tutorials, if I ever get them done, which is why I have this color out. All right, so I'm going to do a single knot. Easily, you go over and under, right? Over and under. Just like a knot, over and under. And I just grab these little rounded guys, and those are what I'm sliding into the clay. I'm not pulling these. Pulling those is considered danger. Then I will fold them in the back like this, and I'm going to snip them off. I want it up as close as I can get it so that we have a nice smooth back. Whoops. I don't find the lighting overly great. I don't know why. I've got the same lighting that I always use. Can you see? So it's going to be smooth. So when we put our earring backs on there, because I know you don't want to use glue. Now, I'm a glue person. I glue everything. But I'll show you the other way. Okay, roll some more. Now you see, cool. The clay's still a bit cool. You don't need a cornstarch or baby powder because it works really well. But obviously, the more you work with your clay, the more sticky and tacky it's going to be, and softer. And again, I'm just pulling these round things in like so until they get to the snugness I want them. Then I'm just going to fold these in the back and snip them. So there's my single ear. I wonder if I'm going to get another sheet of paper. Well, you might be able to see it better. Hold on there a second. There's a big piece, and I think this is my glittery one. I'm going to fold it up, put those on there, and show them to you closer. Nope. And the back. All right, so we'll bake those, and might as well do a double. Have a couple of them. Who knows, maybe I'll like them. Actually, they're kind of cute. I can see why somebody would want a pair. They're easy, fast. See, glitter. I got glitter in my clay. Leave it to me. Anyway, I'm going to roll this out. And these will be my doubles. I'll cut it in half. Roll it out a little bit more. Try and get it as even as possible. Sorry, I went silent. I'm just kind of checking out my lengths. I should have probably been measuring them, but you know what? I always say, when in doubt, go bigger. If you're not sure, yeah, I don't think these are long enough. That'd be too much of a struggle for me. Yeah, always. It's like when they say you're not sure if it's good or not. If when in doubt, throw it out. You're not sure? If you have enough clay, if it's not long enough, go longer. It's not going to go to waste. It is just clay. Roll this one at the same length. Oopsie. And again, you can use your extruder if you do choose to. I don't have much luck with extruders. I'm not sure what it is I'm doing wrong, but one of these days when I have extra time, I'm going to sit down and play with one. Oh, that was my phone. Heart Attack City. All right, and you know, the more you roll it, the softer it's going to get. So here we go. Here we go, here we go. Okay, straight across. Twist it over, just like making your regular knot. Put it through the little hole. Well, I'm going to try and put it through the little hole. So keep cooperating with me. I really don't want to use baking powder if I don't have to, or whatever that is, soda, baking powder. Anyway, there we go. I'm getting it. I'm just going to slowly push that one through. This is definitely a gentle process. Could be a little fidgety for some people. Oh, there we go. There it is. And I'm just going to take these, push them down in the back, like that. And this one here, they're actually small enough I don't have to snip them off. But I do want it to be a bit of a smooth back for our backings, so I'll just cut off that little tiny bit so that it is kind of a, my goodness, it must be the dark clay or it's just my eyeballs. So it is kind of a smooth back on it. Anyway, here we go. I hope this is going to be, I'm just going to stick that little piece of clay on the end and make it a little bit longer. But I hope this is clear enough so you can see it. If not, I'll have to do another one. More practice for me, right? That's what I say. Practice makes perfect. Now it looks pretty even. Again, fold it in half. Come on, stick together a little bit better than that. Fold it in half, make your circle loop, tuck it under. Now do you see how this part here is flipping on me? I don't want it to do that. So I'm going to straighten that out. It's alright, you get back there. I know I'm trying to make sure I don't get out of focus or get out of the screen view too while I do this. There. Oh, it rolled again, but I'm going to unroll it again. This is probably the most aggravating part, is when it does that. Anyway, there we go. Now that I got that all rolled. That's alright because this is going in the back. That's going back here. This one's going to go back here. These ones are getting chopped off. Let me fix this one. And we'll chop that off. I feel like I'm going blind. There. And there's that one. I think one's bigger than the other. If that's the case, yeah, it is. I'll make another one. I definitely want them the same size. I don't like this one anyway. See? It's not always perfect. Sometimes we have to redo things. There. Get that rolling out. Oh, where my cool ring I made the other day. I am rolling on paper too. Definitely have lots of clay this time. It helps to have the extra length in the clay too when you're making these. You don't have to fidget with them so much. I think that's probably close to the same, is it? Yep. Let's see how much longer this one is, and then watch how easier it is. Okay. Make your circle. Pull it through. See how much easier that was? So like I say, you're better off having the extra clay. Then we'll just snug it all up by pulling this rounded part, not the ends. Fold it in the back and snip it off. And this one might be bigger. If there's anything that's hard to do, it's to get them the same size, but no, I think they look pretty good. See? The backs are quite flat where I cut it. Okay, let's bake these babies. I'm not baking them for long because they're not big pieces. I'm gonna bake them for 20 minutes. And when they're done, I'll come back and I'll show you how, yeah, it's scrap clay. I'll show you how I'm going to put the backs on so that you don't have to use glue. So give me a minute and I'll be back. All right, we're back. And, whoops, I'm using some of this Sculpey Bacon Bond. I did put some of these together. These here have to go in the oven. These ones, all I did was glue them. And yeah, I kind of added to them. You can see them better on this one. I put one of those. To me, they look like flowers. Excuse me. I just thought it made them look prettier. Obviously, you can do whatever you want. Now, I must have put my, I did put my cutter back in here. I had them all measured out too. So I thought I'd do this one on here. These ones, I did those the way I'm going to do this one with the clay. I forgot to get my cutter out. Make sure I have a good size one here. I don't want it too big and I don't want it too small. Might be able to use the smaller one. I don't know. Smaller one might be too small. Let's see. This is what you'll have to do, is just kind of measure it. Actually, that's a good size to cut the clay, but I mean, gee whiz. You can also use, yeah, that's called hand going out of control. You could also just make little balls with the clay, and no, that won't fit in there. And yeah, do it that way. I might have to put you on pause again because, well, I'm telling you, things just aren't working good for me. All of a sudden, let's get back in screen. Things are falling. Yeah, Honey might be coming down to see what I'm doing. I think he's getting hungry. Anyway, there we go. Then you're going to take this, put a little bit of liquid clay on it. These will be going back in the oven, except for the ones I glued. And I really didn't need all that liquid clay on there. Put your raw clay down. Then your earring back. On the back, I'm just pushing it in there a little bit. Grab another piece of clay. Oh, I don't need the other piece of clay. What am I doing? I only needed the other piece of clay for the other ones for, I didn't, guys, I do need it. I didn't. Here he comes. I'm going to put you on pause now. Okay, I'll be back. This one. Yeah, he did come down. I knew he would. I just had a feeling he gets worried when I'm down here too long, I guess. I just want to make sure that it's all cleaned up nice. I don't want to lose my design that we worked so hard to get. I can even do that after. Oh, no, I can't. See, I'm getting used to where I did those. This is a tad bit different. So I just want to make sure that these aren't all wound up in clay. I want my shape still there. I really hope you're going to be able to tell what I'm doing, so you'll be able to do your own. Oh yes, did you notice I did some turquoise? Primo turquoise. This is good. All right. Whoops. And just texture it a little bit. Now this is what you do instead of gluing. I'll rub it in there a little bit so it's got a nice, I had arthritis bad in my hands. I got a sharp pain in my thumb in here. Anyway, there's that one. Let's do this one. Again, a little bit of me liquid clay and just a little. Trust me, you only need a little. It's just to make it stick. I'm not saying it wouldn't stick anyway, it probably will, but. And I'm putting this on here because it doesn't have the flat back. Because where it is, it's rope. You know, you make your snake and you stick it on. So it's not going to be flat. So you need that piece of clay on here to do that. And then you can stick your earring back on it. And then you put the other clay on top. Whoops. So it'll be a complete seal. And just push it all around. So the clay goes completely around it. Push it down with your sponge. I got a little mark on my clay. Right there. And just take a sponge and blend it in nicely. Check the front, make sure it looks good. See? You don't see any of that on the back. There's the back. Same with this one. And I switched to the blue too because I thought you might be able to see what I was doing better. So anyway, you just, again, make your knot. Don't pull at the ends. Just roll the circle part because you don't want it to break because it is clay. It will pull off. Anyway, so I'm going to put these back in the oven, I don't know, 10 minutes just to get it cured. Now these I may have to take off and glue because these ones are glued on. I thought they were kind of cute, having them like that. Anyway, these ones won't be, and that's fine too because they're still cute. So I'm going to bake them in the oven, and when they're done, I'll be back. See you in a little bit. Yeah, see, it's not working. It's still filming. Camera's broke. Oh well. Here they are, all done. I'm going to try and pick them up my hands, as you can see. So there's one pair. And these ones here. As you can see the backs of them. No glue, just all clay. They're really cute. I think they all came out quite cute, to be honest with you. Sticking them in between my fingers. I do have an earring holder that holds a lot of earrings like this, but do you think I could find it so I could stick them on there to show you all of them? No. Anyway, here we go. Can't see these ones overly well, but there they are. I think they came out pretty neat, and I really hope this helps you in trying to make yours. So that's the end of this one, and like I said, I hope you enjoy, hope it helps, and I'll see you later. Bye.